sporting heroes can have the most interesting origin stories. Take Pankaj Advani, for example, a player I greatly admire. His family had to move literally overnight from Kuwait during the Gulf War. And then in 1996 in Bengaluru, because his brother's an avid player, Pankaj Advani visits a snooker table. He tries his hand. The next thing you know, the balls are going into the pockets and Pankaj is in love with the sport. India find themselves a world champion. It's very similar with quizzing too. You start off watching the other teams perform, and the next thing you know is you're starting to answer the questions yourself with the other teams, and you fall in love with the sport too. You will fall in love with what we have for you today, because these are three outstanding teams, winners of their respective rounds in the South Zone final. This is where it's starting to get really serious at the Ultimate Sports Quiz 2023. We're now down to our top 12 teams who are facing it off in 4 zonal finals. The top 6 will qualify for the 2 semi-finals, then the top 3 for the finals. The winning team earns the title of the Ultimate Sports Quiz Champions 2023. And these 3 finalists stand to win prizes that add up to rupees 1 crore. A veritable treasure waiting to be claimed. So, let's meet our 3 champion teams playing the South Zone final. Let's meet the first team of this zonal final, Bhavan's Vidya Mandir, Girinagar, Kochi. And there come the brothers. What a moment it must be for the family. Tarun and Kiran, you've done very well to come so far. I hope you go well today.
Thank you, sir.
So let's meet our second team then, Amalorpavam from Puducherry. Naveen Priyan, Puvaragwan, you love that buzzer, don't you? I can see already as you're coming in, you're looking at that buzzer. Maybe you'll max it today as well. Now, to our third team in the zonal final. It's a familiar name. Once again, Bhavan's Vidya Mandir from Kochi, but this time, Elamakkara Kochi. Let's welcome them too. Right, Aman and Harit, that makes it 2 Bhavan's Vidya Mandir from Kochi in our South Zone final. Here's something interesting. Not only are you from sort of sister schools in the same city, both of you scored the same number of points. How does that happen?
Coincidence. Coincidental, probably.
And what do you two guys think about this team in the middle? Naveen Priyan and Puvaragwan from Amalorpavam, Puducherry. Tell us a little bit about Puducherry. Is there a good quizzing environment there?
Yes. We love quizzing.
Right. The 3 teams, the one thing that marks them in the prelims was their confidence. Now, for example, you guys, Puducherry, you went for the buzzer sometimes, even before the question was over. Is that just confidence? Do you like to gamble a little bit?
We just tried for do or die.
And that's going to be your strategy today?
Yeah.
Now, the 2 of you, you know what their game plan is going to be. They got 140, by the way. But what works on one day may not work on another day, as we know how when people go hard in the slog overs early on. So let's take a look at what our teams are playing for. The 3 teams who qualify for the final collectively win prizes worth a whopping 1 crore. Part of it is a cash prize, and that's important to strengthen their school's sporting infrastructure. That's also a given. And the grand prize for the winners is an all-expenses-paid trip to an international sporting event of their choice. Our 3 rounds are called, as all of you know, Citius, Altius, Fortius. It's faster, higher, and stronger. So it's time to take the field. Let's play Citius. The first round of our quiz gets everyone's pulses racing. Teams are asked 5 questions, by the way, to which they must find the answers that are hidden within an 8x8 letter grid. They've got to do that in just 45 seconds. Sometimes it seems too long. Sometimes it's good enough. The answers will be arranged from left to right or top to bottom. There could be names of sportspersons, as we said before, first or last names, events or sporting terms. 10 points for every answer correctly spotted. There's no negative marking in Citius, so we always encourage every team to go for it. Okay, we'll start with Bhavan's Vidya Mandir, Girinagar. Here is your grid. Take a look. Right, remember 45 seconds, 5 questions. Here is your first. Kyle Kudza scored the first ICC World Cup 100 for this country.
Pass.
Okay, question 2. The leading run getter in women's ODIs with 7,805 runs.
Mithali Raj.
Mithali is correct. He scored the most goals for a single club, 672 for Barcelona.
Messi.
Is correct. 2 more to go. Track and field event in which Krishna Punya won a 2010 Commonwealth Games gold.
Discus.
Is correct. 1 more. The T20 star who's nicknamed Baby AB after AB de Villiers.
Brevis.
Is correct. You've got 10 seconds. Let me quickly go back to the first clue. Kyle Kudza.
Bermuda.
Wrong. Scotland it was. So very well done. Passed initially, I thought, oh, hang on, where are they going? And then you got your mojo right and you answered it very quickly thereafter. 40 is a very good score, Girinagar, in this round of Citius. Let's go to Amalorpavam. There's no buzzer in this round. You just have to listen and answer. Okay, Navin Priyan, poor Raghavan. Here is your grid. 5 questions. Can you make it 50? Here's your first question. Football team called the Atlas Lions finished 4th at Qatar 2022.
Morocco.
10 points. Made his IPL debut for Rising Pune Super Giants, replacing
Sundar.
Ravichandran Ashwin.
Sundar.
Sundar is correct. They started very well. Controversial delivery bowl by Trevor Chappell for Australia versus New Zealand.
Underarm.
Underarm is correct. Legendary Olympic swimmer nicknamed the Baltimore Bullet. Phelps. They don't like me completing the question. Number 5, so much time left. Pakistan's 1992 World Cup winning captain and later Prime Minister is
Imran Khan.
And they won with 14 seconds left on the clock. They've swept it once again. That's why they got 140 points the first time around. Maybe we should cut you down to 30 seconds. Or maybe Ella Makra is sitting there and saying, you know what, we're not bad ourselves. So, Aman Harith, you ready? Let's take a look at your grid. Here's your first question. A triathlon race that shares its name with a Marvel superhero. Iron Man, correct? Became the first person from St. Lucia to captain the West Indies in 2010.
Next.
IPL star who originally played for Singapore, now Australia.
David.
Is correct. Sachin Tendulkar has 2 ODI 5-wicket hauls at the Nehru Stadium in this city.
Kochi.
Is correct. Question 5. Chess legend called the Lightning Kid due to his prowess in the rapid format.
Anand.
Okay, 10 seconds left. There's one more question that you had passed early on. Became the first person from St. Lucia to captain the West Indies in 2010. Sammy! They got it just in time. That was a good pass. And so Bhavan's Vidya Mandir, Ella Makra, they were looking quietly while Amalorpavam were maxing their round. And they said, right, come take a look at us. They've maxed it as well. They finished with 50. And this scoreboard is looking very, very impressive. Worthy of a South Zone final. Here's what it looks like. Bhavan's Vidya Mandir Kochi, 40, but just one question away. You've been here before, you know you can make up very, very quickly. Then Amalorpavam, the time to spare, 50 points. Bhavan's Vidya Mandir Ella Makra Kochi, also with 50 points. And that is a cracking start. And now that we've seen our teams race against the clock, it's time to test their depth of knowledge. This is where it gets a little more interesting because we're all set to play Altius. Now, in this round, teams will be shown 9 different categories. They'll take turns to pick their preferred category, and once chosen, that category then gets eliminated. A question's attached to each category and has a value of 10 points. Each team gets an option, and this is where it gets interesting, an option of double or negative for one question out of their 2 assigned questions. That will tell us how confident they are, how much risk they want to take, because that means 20 points for a correct answer, but minus 10 if they get it wrong. For teams unable to answer the question, it passes, and it's 10 points to the other 2 teams on the buzzer. There are no negative markings for wrong answers on a past question. Right, let's get ready for takeoff. We've had a scintillating round in Citius, waiting for a similar one in Altius. And we will start with Girinagar. Right, Girinagar, let's take a look at your options on the grid. Here we go.